you want to see how this is my HMS Rodney. It's fully maxed out. If you want to see more on this, please push the like button and leave a comment down below. This fleet, IJN Yamato, or it's really Yamato, because if you think about Yamato, well, that was a Japanese battleship that had. Let me get rid of all these real quick. Get rid of all this. Yeah, because they got the Fuso, Nagato, Kongo, Musashi, Yamato. Okay. Well, the Yamato, or how you like to pronounce it, and the Musashi are the same class. Both got 18-inch guns. Triples. So it's got 9 18-inch guns and a figure of 3 guns each turret. Plus, it's got these little, if I'm able to, the guns right above them on those barbettes by the conning tower, right there above right behind the 18-inch. Those also made guns. Yeah, they got the same amount, the same type of ship, but the only difference is look at the anti-aircraft guns here on the sides. This is of the Musashi. Then you look at the Yamato. Look how much more. That's the only thing that you can distinctly tell them apart. With the Americans, Montana, Missouri, Wisconsin, New Jersey, which this battleship right here is still around. You can actually go on to it to do tours. I'm thinking the Wisconsin is still around. I think it's either Missouri or Montana still around. I don't know which one, but I know New Jersey is still. Iowa still, I know that for a fact. South Dakota, Arkansas, Texas, which they're pre-World War I dreadnoughts, I think they are. If we look at these ships, they've got casemates, which are those sticking outside. But if you look at like the South Dakota and the rest, they don't have casemates. Moving on to the Germans, they got the Crosser Furtust. Sorry if I butchered that name. I don't know much about this ship, but it's also from World War I because it's got casemates. There's Schwanghurst, which it's got 16-inch guns. Yeah, 16-inch. Then you got the most famous ship, the Bismarck. Got the nickname Tail of the Sea. That's got 8 15-inch guns in a set of doubles. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. This is the ship that took down the HMS Hood in one fatal blow. And if you notice, I don't put the right flags on. I like this flag because it gives me more stats. But it took a lot to get this ship sunk. Moving on to the sister ship, torpedoes, same caliber guns, same everything the same, except for one small detail. Torpedoes, it's got torpedoes. Unlike the Bismarck, which is actually the faithful ship to ever come out in the Bismarck class. Hitler did not want the same thing that happened with the Bismarck to the torpedoes, so they kept it near an island to not for sure what the plan was, but it ended up getting sunk. Well, the H-41, which I don't think it's a real battleship, but I'm not for sure. I'm not a battleship nut like a lot of people are. If you know if this ship was an actual thing, or know anything about this ship besides what stats gives you in this game, please leave a comment down below. Moving on to the British. The Monsters, which is it's definitely a World War I battleship. Dreadnought, I meant, because of the casemates. It's only got 2 guns. The Royal Southern, which was a British ship and a Chinese ship, I think it was. It was owned by 2 different countries, but they were on the same side. Then you got the Hms Repulse, which I already showed you. This ship and King George V was the main 2 battleships that actually took on the Bismarck. Then you got the ship that the Bismarck took down, the hood. You could tell distinctly of the hood because it had a big gap between the funnel, like that, because they were actually going to put, planning on putting planes right where the slide boats were, but it didn't work. But the shell went in back here, kind of between the third turret and the rear conning tower, somewhere in that area. It went in and blew the ship up in half, and it sunk in 3 minutes, killing almost everybody on board. Then you got the Dunkirk, which this ship was a real one. The French were known to do this with their ships. Always have quad guns in the front. This ship's not bad. This ship actually got scrapped at the end because they were actually being hit and they were severely damaged, and instead of having it sunk, they just beached it and they scrapped it. And you got the FS Super Alice, which this is one of the ships that's OP in this game, just like the H-41 is also OP. Then we move on to the Chinese, but they've only got one battleship, and that's the I have no idea, but if you know actually how to pronounce that name, good for you. If you can actually put how you're supposed to pronounce it down below in the comments, because I like to learn how to pronounce some of these ships. It kind of looks like the Yamato design with how the gun's set up. But moving on to, let's go back to the Japanese, to the battle cruisers. They got the Agato or something, I don't know. This ship's got torpedoes tucked away. Kind of looks like the Brooklyn battlecruiser that we have. To the Americans, that's the Brooklyn, which, if you notice, that kind of look the same. Same formation. These Monies, which I think is a Canadian battleship. Not for sure. Then you got the San Diego. Move on to the Germans. They got the Dutchman. And the Admiral Hippo. Moving on to the British, they got the HMS Repulse. This is also another ship that took on the Bismarck. The French got no battlecruisers, neither do the Chinese. Moving on to the aircraft carriers for the Japanese. They've got the Juno, the Kaki, Kaya, which is actually made from one of the Japanese battleships in the Malta class. Shano, Americans got Sagamo, Enterprise, Hornet, Midway. Japanese, German got the Graf Spee, and these three don't have any of those. Japanese has got this one and this one. America's got the Fletcher, Malvin, Marham. Germans, it's got one destroyer, which is the Galaxter. The British and the French don't have any, but the Chinese has got the Leonard. I'm going to end it here. If you want any more, just put down in the comments. And I will just see you next time. Bye.